This is all new work, except for the first poem. This is called The Dream, and Now the Field, a found poem after Paul Hoover. As with the receiver, nothing windswept sleeps. As for the house, a light box is made. On a train of lumbering gods, dead men read books. Dead men plead, look, as with the fever. On a train of slumbering clouds, nothing windbound keeps. Every hand has a trade. As for the mouth, as for the touch, dead men cleave a crook. A switchblade is saved. As with the believer, nothing windshear speaks. On a train of cumbersome shrouds. On a train rumbling south, as for the grouch, nothing wind heart greets dead men. Sieve or cook, as with the breeder, a gold mine is framed. A fog horn is claimed on a train of mumbling pods, as with the teacher, as for the pouch, dead men free a rook, nothing windbag breaks. Nothing windboxed withers, atmosphere is named. Dead men sleeve a nook on a train of tumbling jobs. As for the town, as with the dreamer, as with the preacher, nothing windborne carries. As for doubt, marrow is gained. On a train of crumbling clods, dead men's leaves are shook. I'm in love with the Sestina. I look at our installation and I can totally see the life of it, how it influenced our work, our collaboration. Vanity Fair. Driving towards nothing natural, an heirloom of disastrous hand-me-downs, from grandfather to father's cousin to kin. Skin deep in rim, washed white walls spinning, going where a question mark shapes place, demarcated on a grid with a slump, period. The things we shelve higher than self in our taking to safe keep a proof of air, ash and rust, a gust of wind, and all is gone. Over time, water transforms. If wheels meet the lake, stop spinning and wait to be craned out. If wheels meet the road, pothole, a weak axle, a problem. The engine and transmission stalled. The nails and bolts of wind in a bottle. The sail of a boat floating in the middle of nowhere. Else cares the kid with the slinky, a fist is made that doesn't climb a ladder of wooden stairs. Stubborn things like human beings stuck in the crook of a cul-de-sac, minds bent on a point, vanity fairs, where hats come off. Off they go, platinum smiles in piles of bones, hats blowing in the wind, strangers and lovers scrambling to catch them, arms akimbo, growing like trees in a desolate forest, things that cost life, death, and taxes are all that's certain. A man working a pipeline spits. General Motors. You hear a screech, expect a crash, car parts, glass flying, a fist through a wall, an echoing yell, a swell of ankles gathered for morning. A swell of ankles gathered by morning, work boots, hands carrying coffee, black, no sugar. 20 men yell words like boxes, ear to hand assembly line. A swell of ankles gathered in mourning. You hear a screech, expect a crash. Work boots, words like boxes, ear to hand carrying coffee, black, no sugar. Words like crash, black, no sugar. 20 men in coffee fly like boxes, ear to hand carrying car parts, glass. Work boots, a swell of ankles gathered in the morning. Coffee, you hear a screech, expect a crash. 20 men yelling words that echo assembly. Glass, car parts, a fist through a wall. Boots, in the morning, carrying 20 men. Words like coffee, black. An echoing yell, a swell of ankles assemble for morning, a crash, you hear, a screech, expect words, yelling voices, a swell of boots gathered in mourning, boxes of car parts flying like glass, ear to hand, working men and fists crash into walls, coffee, black, no sugar. Bitter End Cafe. I dedicate this to Julie, who doesn't exist, but she did for this poem. Early, late. Have heard by the herd, chess players tracing patterns on board, paired eyes, two and two, at every table, turning, every word, answers a question with a question. You are very good at your job. Save the date. Newspapers must be recycled. Read or come in for a drink. Read, surprised you're up so late. What gives? So much for catching a wink. The words, wide awake, change clothes, one syllable at a time. Checkmate. Players tip the skinny barista with the grave on her heart with bank slips. My account is behind eyelids. This is a forced funeral. Save the date. July something, July summer, July, Julie, I should have told Red to recycle the can. That's a dime in some cases. Yup. Julie smarts. The grave on her heart heaves. The herd half hears her, half hears Red, swallowing retreating words that label jewels. Eyes are bowling balls striking. The players fall away, game after game. Red vanished like a thin red or red line. Should've. He couldn't hang. It's Julie and I at 5, then 6, then Julie vanishes with the last check. Mate takes a cake and black tea chai. It's July something, summer, early, late, open mic, music shapes the dream of this morning. Open mic. A chord of notes, what is meant is played. Back, black, in green flames, buoyancy, oil and water, oil on water, flamboyant, stick figure, people waving blades of grass. Keep it cut, cute at the lakefront. Wake with the sun, become morning song. Wake with the sun, be morning sun. Bird of seed, tree of sky, leaf of cow, of crow, of crowd, cloud, flower. Pick and choose wisely. Wisdom is a whisper. Be sure of what you know. Wisely, wisdom is sure. Wisely whisper. Be sure. Be of what you know. God in the details, the dreamscape, musicology, mythology, biology, liquid, sound, soulable, soul, as steps, as roads, as poles, what goes right and or left. Winding down here, last two poems. Amateur night, a song will make you aware of what's there or what isn't. A bar stool, a 20-inch woofer. A song will fill a schooner with pale ale, make a woman dissolve her marriage where the lyric hinges, make a knot of loose verse, every end a new beginning. A song will loop with reasons to doubt this country where sex sells. A song will, if it has enough sex in it, hunker, harbor, or highlight a musician's fingers missing their strings on the fretboard. A song will take the sword as a nasty remark from a heckler, silence a gunshot, or break a knuckle for punching a brick wall. A song will crawl on its knees from the throat of a little bird that until a song came along had no huff. And my last poem is The Changing Light in Arden. And the yellow horse comes out rummaging, and the blue horse comes out plundering, and an orange horse comes out cautioning, and the green horse comes out offering. Death or deficiency, death or infestation. A python shrinks to the size of a worm because an angel fell on it and worms its way into a fruit. Not as good as the crew that produces it, the understudy says. Not as good as the garden that grows it, the director whispers. The audience has known those trees before, but although well-read, the understudy hasn't known that tree at all. Not as good, but what if the royal pink one that has an even brown color from having swallowed the sun hisses? Death or denomination, death or cooperation. He plucks the fruit into his mouth and chomps it. Time is clocked and passed by ill feet he meters along to women dressed in mourning, fools and ardor, and escort models that took the weight of luggage and bags beneath their eyes, were lagged from traveling, one forest to another, or one room to another, has been exiled. This is no flattery, he announces. These are counselors that feelingly, no, that's not Orlando's line, the director mutters. Death or contraception, death or obligation. He faces the audience. He's thinking out of character of his father. His father never traveled by train, by engine, except for the one time to meet his son's mother. The spirit of my father grows strong in me, and I will no longer endure it. The spirit of his father gleamed an ardent way over arches. He drops his next line in reverie of Amber Rose, then Vivian Green, Sasha Grey, then Mika Tan, Marsha Gold, then Megan Good, as the director blocks an act from which he is cut. Death or retribution, death or corporation. And the white horse comes out conquering, and the red horse comes out menacing, and the black horse comes out measuring, and the pale horse comes out killing. Thanks.